from Europe want to know what it's like driving in America on the interstates, this is pretty accurate. There's open fields, there's trees, there's a lot of traffic, and you just fly past it at 65 or 70. Hi, I'm Patrick, and in this video I'm here in Council Bluffs, Iowa, where I've just picked up an excavator heading over to Iowa City. I'm back here in my main profile where I'm in my Kenworth W900. It's got that manual shifter, so we'll see how many times I'm not going to stall the engine because that's not even possible in this game anymore. Well, I think I might have been able to stall it once, but that was trying really hard to do it. Well, I'd better just get started. Okay, first thing I gotta do is actually get out of here, and, well, can't really see to my right. That's going to be a problem. Also, there's a lot of stuff coming from the left. That's going to be a problem. Well, I had to pull out in front of that purple car. It came flying around that corner after I'd already started out, so that was more their fault than mine, I think. Just going to post in neutral here. There's a truck of some kind coming from the left. Are they turning? No. Yes, they are. It's been a few weeks now since I actually drove this truck, so I've once again gotten out of practice shifting the gears. Hopefully it comes back to me. I didn't cross the white line there. I don't know why that van panicked, but if they don't get past me pretty soon, I'm going to have to run them off the road. Just stop way back here. Oh, don't stop in the road when you might cause a wreck. Yeah, well, don't slow down and match somebody's speed right beside you when they're going under the speed limit, waiting for you to get by so they can get over. Alright, well, it's obvious that I'm not going to talk much while I'm shifting, and now this fan is stopping right way back here. I had to come to a complete stop because I'd lost my gear. That was a brake check. Yeah, that, oh great, it's turning left too. At this point, I think that van might be road raging. Don't road rage with trucks. You're going to lose. I don't care how big your van is. Alright, I'm right up behind him. You know what that means. And the light turns green. Yeah. I got him going. Once I get up to speed, it'll be fine. Alright. Why is the speed limit still 35? This is an on-ramp. This is where you're supposed to be building up your speed. I don't really care. Tickets are turned off in this profile. I'm speeding up. Just another one of SCS's many failures in this game. They really need to, what they need to do is quit playing around with consoles and get back to fixing the game that they already have. Okay, that might have sounded a little angrier than it had to be. Oh yeah. And this is a World of Trucks job, so it's limited to 65. It was surprisingly hard to find jobs going from Council Bluffs to the east side of Iowa, and kind of annoying. But I needed to get to eastern Iowa or northeastern Missouri because I have a feeling by the time I do another video from this profile, it's going to be, 3 weeks from now? And there's a good chance Illinois is going to be out by the end, and I'll need to be close to the state line so I can take a job to Chicago. And this job is going to take me most of the way across the state. Not all the way, but most of the way. I think it goes to Iowa City, and that's on the eastern side of the center of the state. And it was over 240 miles maybe, but it's mostly on I-80, so it's really not as long as it seems because it's pretty much a straight shot all the way across the state. And I just realized in this profile on the widgets I do have the tachometer turned on. No, yes. And well, I've got the top info bar mod, so the tachometer is up there, and also I've got what's it called, the indicator bar is turned on, which is why you can see the flashing strobe symbol. And it looks like the speed's dropping to 60 here. And I don't know what it is with AI traffic, but they slow down below the speed limit to kind of make you have to slow down. It's almost like a brake check. But it'll be fine. Oh, the speed is photo enforced here. Saw that sign back there. Yeah, I need to stay in this lane. Crossing the river here. I needed to take a screenshot for the thumbnail. And this is kind of a wide load. This is a lowboy trailer, actually. And when I hit level 12, I was in my realistic economy series. I was planning on getting a lowboy, but actually I'm thinking, since I'm starting a new week on Friday in that profile, I will probably leave my trailer in New Orleans and gotta get over here. I'm thinking about leaving my trailer in New Orleans because once I get to Illinois, I'm not going to want to be dragging that trailer around, or any other trailer. So I may just leave it, or I may not. I don't know. But I really am not expecting to be going back to New Orleans anytime soon. Oh, good, that car. Oh, what? The car got over for me to move over, and then just as I started moving over, it flew back into my lane. And yes, it was my lane. I was already moving into it before they did. The AI traffic in this game is too realistic, and that really annoys me. But anyway, yeah, realism annoys me. It's fine. You know, on Monday, I mentioned that it was the 607 special because I had 607 subscribers. Well, as of recording this, I've gone up to 608 before I even got to release that video. So, to whoever just subscribed to me since I recorded the other video, and to anybody, because by the time this goes out, there could be 609, or it could be back to 606, I don't know. But thanks to everybody again. I don't know why you're watching this, but I'm glad you stuck around long enough to hear me say this. If people from Europe want to know what it's like driving in America on the interstates, this is pretty accurate. There's open fields, there's trees, there's a lot of traffic, and you just fly past it at 65 or 70. And that's pretty much what it's like to drive on an American interstate highway. Now, in case you were wondering the history of interstate highways in the U.S., they were started mostly in the 1950s under President Eisenhower. Now, if you're from Europe, you may remember Eisenhower. You probably don't remember Eisenhower while he was in Europe, but you could, I guess. He did some things while he was there. And when he came back, he was pretty popular in the U.S. And, well, for some reason he decided to run for president. And a lot of people said, I like Ike. They called Eisenhower Ike back then. So he was elected. And while he was president, they decided that it was time for some interstate highways. Now, in the early to mid-1800s, when railroads were new, they needed transcontinental railroads. And that was how America transported goods early on. This is kind of a weird intersection, but I hit yield sign, so nobody to yield to, so I just kept going. So anyway, in the mid-1800s, they started building the Transcontinental Railroad. It cut from the East Coast through Chicago. And then it went through, I think it went through Nebraska. And, well, it cut across and it went all the way to Sacramento. That was the northern part of the Transcontinental Railroad. Later on, they built a couple more. One, I think, went through New Orleans and went across the southwest, I think. Of course, by the early 1900s, they had railroads pretty much crossing all over the place. One of the famous ones, of course, was Santa Fe Railroad, which kind of connected Chicago to California through Santa Fe. Having trouble with the shifter. Yeah, I am really out of practice driving with a manual transmission. Some news that I saw, I think I mentioned it. Wow. Going way faster than I intended there. Once Illinois comes out, and when I'm doing jobs in this profile, I'm going to get one of the new Volvos, which personally I think the new VNL looks horrible, but I'll give it a chance. see where to park. It's interesting. It's actually behind me somewhere. And that is a horrible place to have to park. This is possibly the worst job I've ever had. But you know what? I'm going to keep it anyway because why not? Turn the top info bar off. That'll make it easier to hide if I, have to do a cut to remove horrible things that happened during this process of trying to back in here. But I don't think that's actually going to be a problem because I think, unless that guy jumps out and gets behind my trailer, I just managed to park. So let's see what we get. Alright, so yeah, I probably should have practiced driving the manual transmission before I recorded a video, but oh well. And got $18,000 for that job. Boy, you make a lot of money when you're not using the realistic economy mod. Well, thanks for watching and have a nice day.